Is Devo booty popping? You are watching BT Angels. How apropos, because everything's getting spun around in the revamped version of Charlie's Angels that hits theaters today. Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Dina.
All right, Devo, get over here, Cameron Diaz. Okay, so everyone's super excited at this new iteration of Charlie's Angels, which hits theaters today.
Yes.
But it's changed a lot from when it first started in 1976, if you can believe it. It was a hot TV show.
And you know what? When it started in 76, it was all about, three women who just graduated police academy. Let's get to the 70s right away, right here. Let's check it out.
Good morning, Angels.
And you got to think about it. They made Farrah Fawcett, Kate Jackson, and Jacqueline Smith household names. And it was a time that was dominated by male-oriented crime shows like Starsky and Hutch. And this trio of women carried the crime show all on their own. Now, I mean, you got to talk about the criticism that happened with this was it was seen as female empowerment at the time, but many argued it glorified their sexuality. Producers wanted someone in a bikini every episode. And, Farrah Fawcett said that when it got to #1, she said, we kind of started that jiggle TV stuff. She goes, it got to #1 because we weren't wearing bras. Let's be honest about it. She goes, it was a little bit frustrating, but we were happy to be women on the screen.
I remember watching this. Jacqueline Smith was my favorite, and I just remember thinking it was so empowering. You don't know, like you just see these women doing amazing things, Wonder Woman. It was just a cool way to see women in action.
Right.
In what was typically a predominantly male format.
For sure, and that kind of show scene, of course, right, was like Starsky and Hutch, as we mentioned. It was all that. Now, we moved to the 2000s as it evolved.
I don't think.
What's happening, Angels?
Oh, I loved Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and yes, Lucy Liu were amazing on the big screen.
That's right. Of course, there was two. In 2000, there was Charlie's Angels, and then the sequel in 2003, Full Throttle. Those three, as you mentioned, of course, you see Bernie Mac in there as Bosley in the second one in 2003 in Full Throttle. Now, same thing. They talked about, a post-feminist dream where liberated women didn't have to sacrifice their sexuality, but still for a male audience. That's what was happening on this one.
See, but remember, it was Demi Moore in the white bikini. That was them sort of flipping it on the head. Like, listen, if I'm fit and I'm strong and I choose to be beautiful as well as a great actress, I feel like they were still owning their power, and it depends. It could be interpreted different ways depending how you see it, because they were at the helm as executive producer. Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore was an executive producer for both of those, and, well, she continues that role in 2019. Let's get to the new one.
Okay.
Good morning, Angels.
Good morning, Charlie. Welcome to the Townsend Agency. We exist because traditional law enforcement can't keep up.
Female boss.
I love it. Elizabeth Banks, she directs the new one. She, of course, is a producer on it, and she stars in it, and she is Bosley. So you have a female Bosley in this one, so flipping those gender kind of roles on its head right there for that. And you got the stars that are Kristen Stewart, Naomi Scott, and Ella Balinska. This one is aimed more at the teenage girls and kind of pumping the brakes on the franchise's trademark sexuality. You see, the outfits are cool. They're slick. They're not even to show off their bodies as much in this one. So this is a revamped version for 2019, and it's going to be amazing.
So many great movies out. I cannot wait to see them all. And this is reminding me more of like an Ocean's 8 as opposed to a Charlie's Angels, and I am also here for that. Love it all.
It's so good. It's got some quick wit in it, and, all the action is still there, of course. Drew Barrymore, the executive producer for this one as well, and it's in theaters today.
I don't think they can handle this. Woo! Thanks, Devo. Over to Mel in the newsroom.